Hello and welcome to your Yin Yoga class. Gather your props and I'll see you on the mat. Start out. Thank you so much again for being here. I'm just finding your comfortable position. Whatever that is for you, it could be up on a chair, it could be up on your bolster or a block, it could be with legs out, closing down your eyes. And let's do some grounding here. So first, just connect with the feeling of your body upon the seat you've chosen. And see if with these next few exhales you can get this sense that you're sinking down a little bit more. Or like the muscles in the hips and legs are softening. And just tune into the weight that you're feeling. Maybe even feeling a weight in the center, the core area. Notice the pressure under your feet. Under your thighs. Under your seat. Three conscious exhales here, sending the energy of the breath down into the earth. Inhaling. Even making a sound as you exhale. Or visualizing. Let's feel into the opposite as well. Lengthening up energetically through the top of the head. Can you imagine an upward energy with your inhales? Sensing the spine. You might even physically lengthen up, or it could be energetic, subtle. We don't want to cause any more tension in the lower body by lifting up too much. And as you inhale, see if you can imagine that energy reaching to the sky. And then if you'd like, you can resume sensing the energy grounding. Lifting up through the crown. And grounding down through the seat and legs. Three more breaths, inhaling all the way. Exhaling, blowing out a straw. You might even aim your breath downward. Inhaling up, filling your lungs all the way. Exhaling. One more. Opening and closing the jaw. And starting to move the head and the neck. And picking this balance and peaceful energy into your practice. And welcoming more movement in the body, perhaps the fingers, the wrists, a big reach up. And of course the legs and feet. Just taking a little time to come back from that nice meditation. Sometimes I say that Yin is a gateway to meditation because it really puts you in a place where first and foremost you are regulated, you're in the zone of your parasympathetic nervous system. And this really paves the way for the mind to quiet. So we'll practice that tonight. I'm going to start out with a butterfly pose, seated. Just bringing the soles of the feet together. And by all means, take a little more movement if you feel like you need to move your hips around before we go still again. So in butterfly posture in Yin, we're looking to feel sensation here in the inner thighs. So you can pull your legs in closer if that makes you feel it more. And something that I like to remind is that I'm feeling something right here. Maybe about a 3 on a 10-point scale. But you can just start here. There's no need to dive right into as far as you can go. Remember, you can use blocks for support. I like to use blocks as I do come forward a little more. Think of it like you're quieting your body physically, your breath energetically, so the mind can quiet and you can really hear the invitation of your body to relax and release into this shape. Okay. So I'm just going to let you sit here for the first minute and just feel and breathe. Discover your edge here. Totally fine to let your head hang or even support your head. That's what I'm going to do. Notice what you're feeling. Breathe into the edges. Listening. the practice is when the mind wanders, bring it back to a sensation or your breath. I'm going to stay one more minute with this. One more big breath here. Rising up if you were down. My fave is to lean back into the hands. Just let the hips release. Bring the legs out long. And then, of course, windshield wipers feel pretty darn good there. Another thing I wanted to mention is in all of this intention to listen to the body, that means if you're in, so quieting the mind, hearing the body. So when I say something like, we have one more minute, that is if it's just fine. Your body is not fidgeting, your mind is not racing, your body isn't talking to you. So come out of the pose or change. Like, the reason I'm remembering to say this is because I did that during the pose. I needed to come back out and we still had like a minute and a half left. So I was just thinking I wanted to model that for you, because even though I'm a Yin Yoga teacher and I've been doing yoga for a long time, it took me a little while to really get that. I had a few injuries because I didn't listen to my body. Let's do some cat and cows after that. So inhaling, arch, exhaling, round. You know what would feel good? Whoops, still trying to not have my mic be weird. I think 90-90 would feel nice after that. You know this one? It's kind of like a pigeon pose, and you for sure could do that if that's your preference. I just thought having the knees at this angle might be nice after butterfly. If you have blocks and a bolster, be sure to bring those up front with you. And then we're just going to ease on down. That back leg can be flowy. Like, you can have it wherever you want. It's really the front leg that will get the most effective sensation if it really is truly at a 90-degree angle coming out. Like, if you're on a yoga mat, you would line your shin up with the top of the mat. Couple more little pointers here. If it's really intense and you need to feel it maybe a little less, turn towards the bent leg. If it's so, start to turn your body a little more towards the lower part of your shin and ankle. So, feeling it much more there. So you find your sweet spot, and that is really a lot of what the first principle of Yin Yoga is all about. Coming in and finding the appropriate edge we like to tell the little story of Goldilocks and the three bears. And we want to find the just right position. So not too little, not too much. So with every pose, you have that opportunity. We'll be staying in this one for 5 minutes, so that's actually only about 3 more minutes. So nice, lots of big muscles, lots of connective tissue. Just double checking that your back feels comfortable. You can always do this laying on your back as reclined figure 4. You can even bring that breathing practice that we did in our opening meditation, the one where we took a big full inhale through the nose and then blow out the breath like you have a straw in your mouth. We're practicing presence in Yin Yoga. I wonder if you heard my neck crack. Very good training ground for all the meditations you can do on Insight Timer. Am I right? Practicing presence in the body, the breath, and the mind. This is the goal of yoga. All right, that is all the time we have on that side. Definitely enjoy some movement after that. I know I'm going to. And this time between the shapes, always your time. Another opportunity to listen to the body. Yay. All right, so as you're ready, you might notice what's different on this side. I personally notice right away this hip is much tighter, and it actually feels really good to stay up like this. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So just drop into your feeling place. drop in to sense where you're feeling the edges. What are all the different sensations that are happening? How's your breath reacting to the sensations? Just being human in this body. This practice really lets us connect with the physical aspects of us. And really, this is the gateway to really truly being able to connect with the more subtle layers of our being. So circling back around to something I said earlier, Yin is a gateway to meditation. It truly is a meditative practice. So I'm going to go quiet for the next 2 minutes. Go ahead and come on up. Releasing in your own way. Is anybody else getting a bunch of insights? I feel like I want to write some stuff down in my notes. I've just thought of had 3 little downloads come in. One was, I'll share with you, was to make a course on Insight Timer about pre-practices, like the opening meditations that I do. And if you've practiced with me a lot, you know they're always different. They're always about 5 minutes. And I feel like it's really an integral part before we do any of these practices, yin, sound bath, or yoga nidra. So that was a download that I got, and I said it out loud. All right, loves. Now we are going to move into Sphinx pose. That's laying on the front side of the body. So without any props, it's this. I'm a big fan of putting either my rib cage or arms on the bolster. And in this one, we want to feel that little squeeze in the lower back. Oh yay, someone responded. So don't mind me. Let me look at the time. Okay, 32. So this one too, this particular pose has a little turbo, setting. So you can come into seal pose. So it's bringing your hands wider than your shoulders and holding yourself up. Now, holding yourself like up this for 5 minutes or even 2 minutes isn't very yin because you kind of are exerting some effort. But just to give it a little squeeze more, I think feels really good and also stretches out the front side of the body. So feel free to incorporate that. Well, where's the kitty? I'm going to psychically call the kitty in here. We are going to stay for 2 more minutes. Feel a couple more of those long, slow, deep breaths here. Take your sweet time coming out. I usually like coming down before I push up. Naturally, a child's pose would feel pretty good here. Perhaps some cat and cows. Oops. Control that microphone. I remember what my other thing was. To see if anyone has created a product that holds these kind of microphones in place better. Don't mind me. If this is your first time with me, I usually am not like typing notes on my phone. All right. Next up, I thought it would be fun to do dragon pose. So to work on the hips more is what I thought would be fun. If you have blocks, use them. 2 is great. 1 is also doable. Step forward with 1 leg, and we're really, I'm out of frame. We really want to have the ankle and the knee level. Okay. And then you can come down on your blocks. If you don't have blocks, chair works, or you can do this on your hands. We don't stay in this one for very long. If you do have the 2 block thing, you can bring the other one on the in. Here, let me try to. See how I brought that one on the inside? It's kind of intense, so you can always ease your way back. Another way you could do this is on your back as a half happy baby. So essentially this just upside down, and you're grabbing your leg or your foot, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Forearms also an option. So yes, we're being a little more yang-like on the top of the body, but see if you can just really let gravity take that back hip. Awesome. Let it go. And then the yummy part. So just figure out how you can create a hamstrings stretch. If you're laying on your back, obviously just pull your leg in. We'll do this for just a little longer. Let's focus here and breathe. And bring the leg back in. This could be a nice time for downward dog or more cat-cows or this. Some people like to go into child's pose again. So you do you. And then, of course, we'll be doing the other side. This is one of those poses that it's like one of the most yang-y kind of poses in Yin Yoga. But it gives you an opportunity to really embrace what it would feel like to be more yin in a more active position. See if you can think about breathing right into the hip, especially the one that's with the leg behind, the hip flexors. One more minute. Ooh. Something my teacher Bernie says, yin is a simple practice, but it's not always easy. We're all done with that side. Now situate yourself so you can feel that nice hamstrings stretch. I'm just letting it happen. The only effort is holding yourself up. See if you can let the bottom half of your body really soften. All right. Let us release that one. I know that I think doing something with my wrist would feel good right about now. Just take some time here. Listen to your body. We have come to the portion of the class where we're going to do a reclined twist. I like letting my legs rest on something. And I also like having my head with something. Nothing too high though, because think of a twist. We want our spine to be pretty much in alignment. Any kind of twist you like. If it feels okay on your neck, you can turn your head the opposite direction of your legs. Dropping in once again. Every pose a new opportunity to sense and feel and be present. Give yourself permission to just be in whatever way feels the best to you. It doesn't have to look like how I'm doing it or how a picture you saw before was doing it. Your way. And while we're still in the twist, explore 3 more full inhales and exhales. And this is truly how we get in every little nook and cranny of the body. Breathing in these positions. All right, let's just take our time to come back. Side 2, as you're ready. Time we got here. As soon as you catch yourself realizing you're thinking about the past or the future, back to the breath. And this is what makes space for those downloads. You know the difference. You'll feel the difference. The quality of the cognition. Something from the space of the connected and aligned heart versus the ego, natural thinking mind. Two different energies. Yin Yoga, meditation, all these things help us fine tune that knowing and that receptivity. One, two, three more full breaths here. Nourishing every nook and cranny. Helping to flush away what no longer serves. And setting yourself up for the best Shavasana ever. How do you like to set up? Do you like bolster under your knees? Some people love to just lay in the traditional. Oh, maybe that's what I'm going to do tonight. You can lay on your side, of course. You can prop yourself up. Checking the time. Allowing that soft, sweet flow of your breath to take you to the deepest place yet. Welcome back the awareness of your breath. You can start to take some deeper breaths, signaling your body that you'll be moving around again. Perhaps starting to move around the toes and the fingers. Maybe the hips, the head and neck. In this next minute, just really tenderly observing your body. Being grounded and connected. Aware of your body and the results of this practice. As you're ready, if you haven't already, you can roll over to one side. Finding yourself in a seated position. Let's just take a moment in an upright position if you would like to. Obviously, you're in your own space, and if you want to stay in Shavasana, please do. If you would like, placing one hand over your heart center, one at your navel area, lower abdomen. One more very conscious connection with your body and an invitation to offer yourself appreciation. Your working body, your breath, whatever comes to mind. Or even just a felt sense of gratitude for this vessel that you're in. Bringing palms together in front of the heart space in a gesture of offering each other acknowledgement and gratitude. And understanding that we're all connected. We're all in this together. May all beings everywhere be happy and be free and be safe from harm. This is the yogi's prayer, Loka Samista Sukhino Bhavantu. Together, let's take one more community breath, inhaling. Namaste. Namaste, friends. Thank you so much for joining this Yin Yoga session with me. I would love to hear about how you feel after it, if you're enjoying my channel, if you have any requests. Let me know. Drop me a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you will be notified when all the new stuff comes out. Thanks again and see you next time.